Good morning, everyone. We're super excited and appreciate you coming out this early morning to join us. So my name is Delvine, and I am your customer service representative at the Sheridan Student Union, and I'm a fourth year BBA HR student. So if you ever have any questions about our services or anything like that, feel free to connect with us. So we're just going to get started. And before we get started, we have a few poll questions for you to kind of learn about what you are aware of. So in a moment, Amanda will pop up one of the poll questions for you.
Sorry, Delvine, we're just going to hold off 1 second. We're just having a technical difficulty.
That's okay. Perfectly fine. I guess we can go back to asking how we were doing. Let's look at the chat. So you're doing great. I'm so happy. And yes, the recording will be available on our website. It will just take a little bit of time to get it uploaded because, just like making sure the quality is good and things like that. And I just want to ask everyone, are you able to hear me clearly, just to confirm? Yeah, okay, awesome, Sandy, thank you.
Delvine, what we're going to do, if you just want to actually say the poll out loud, because we can't show the poll on the screen right now. Sorry about that.
That's perfectly okay. So we were curious for our first question. We're kind of curious about which services you have accessed already. So we offer a variety of services, and they include legal advice, health and dental, Empower Me, Food First, like Perk Peeps, graduation photos, and we're just curious, out of the ones that I've listed, which ones have you actually accessed or heard of before? Are there any that you've used before? Or any, like, of the names, does anything ring a bell? I'm curious. If it doesn't, let me know. And the whole point of our, event today is to kind of go through these services and provide you an overview of them. So feel free to let us know in the chat. You haven't used any of them? Okay, that's perfectly okay, Precious. That's why we're here today. We're going to tell everyone what these services are. And if you do have additional questions, you can always connect with us afterwards. So I think we're just going to, so that's the first question. And then in terms of my second question, which service are you most excited about learning about today? That would be my next question. So I'll repeat the services we'll be talking about today again. So there will be health and dental, Empower Me, Food First program, legal advice, graduation photos, as well as appeals assistance and clubs and things like that. So which ones are you? Okay, you're super excited about health and dental. Awesome. So we're gonna get started with legal aid first, Precious, and I'm just gonna ask Amanda to just share her screen, and we're gonna get started. Okay, so right now what you're looking at or seeing is the SSU website. So at the top, you'll see a tab for services, and when you scroll down, you can select which service you're looking for. So we're gonna start with legal advice, and if you could just click on it, and Madison's going to tell us a little spiel about what legal advice is.
Hi, everyone. So Bill Reed provides legal consultation to students free of charge. Our legal service covers everything from family law, immigration, criminal law, to real estate and business law. Bill is available through online appointment, and Delvine will walk us through how to book your appointment with Bill.
Awesome, thank you. So when we're on the SSU website and we've selected legal aid, when you scroll down, you'll see the appointment application right there. So all you need to do is start off by typing your name and then your last name. Okay, and then you want to use your Sheridan email just to avoid any emails getting lost or going to spam or anything like that. It's always better to use your Sheridan email. And in your message, you want to provide as much context as you can about what you're interested in talking about. For instance, if it's about family law or like it's a concern with your tenant or your landlord or anything like that, we advise providing as much context as you can in the message. So that way Bill has an idea of what he will be connecting with you about and can just like give you the most for your time. And also, one more thing that I wanted to emphasize was William Reed Bill. So he is a legal advisor. So what that means is he will provide you with the consultation that you need and any advice he can provide. However, he won't be representing you in court. That's the only difference. He just provides the advice and the consultation rather than going there with you. And also, when you scroll down to our website, you'll also see other additional information about what types of resources you might need in your appointment. So like always make sure you have your one card ID on hand if you need your student number and things like that. And if you're curious about what an affidavit is, what a letter of invitation is, or notary, you can kind of learn about these things on the same page. And with the current pandemic going on, you can also learn about CERB and CESB as being a student or an employee. And you can find all of this information on the legal advice page of the SSU.ca. Thank you. And now we're going to move over to, I believe, one of our favorite services, which is the Food First service.
So our Food First program helps students who are experiencing food insecurity due to financial difficulties. If a student is in need of food support, they can contact an advisor with student services at askanadvisor@sheridancollege.ca. An advisor will discuss the student's situation and help to determine what supports are needed.
Thank you. So all we did here was we went to the Food First section of the SSU website under services, and here you can see that there's a box right there that says Ask an Advisor. So when you click on here, you technically, once you click on here, you'll be able to see in kind of like an email in which, so it's directly linked to askanadvisor@sheridancollege.ca. We know the email can be hard to remember. Thank you, Amanda. So this is what it will look like. So it will automatically send your email there, and you want to provide information about, just like what you're going through right now or what kind of support you're looking for. So let's say you are looking for some sort of like food assistance or things like that. We do provide so basically student advisement will kind of assess your eligibility, and they'll work together with the SSU in order to find a plan that works best and in terms of securing, like any food financial difficulties or like improving them. And just make sure to put your student number there as well. And that's all you need. Thank you.
I'll just add, due to the pandemic and the shutdown, our Food First program is now virtual. So we are supplying an electronic gift card instead of an actual food package.
Thank you, Madison. And we also wanted to mention that at the bottom of our Food First page, there's also the option to donate. So like any monetary funds that you're interested in donating if you want to help out within the Sheridan community. And there are also local food banks in the case that you do need to visit a food bank. We've got the list of them there. Thank you. And now we're going to, before we move on to our next service, one thing I wanted to mention in terms of our legal service is that we actually have an upcoming event. It's going to be on November 9th, and it's a session with Bill, our legal advisor on criminal law. And that's all I wanted to tell you. We can put more details in for you. But if you go to the events section at the SSU, you'll see that event there. Thank you. Thanks, Amanda. Okay, so now we're gonna go and move on and talk more about a popular service that may or may not be like of concern to you right now. So it's graduation photos. It's one of the exciting things, and I'm just gonna have my partner give you a little bit more insight about graduation photos and how they work.
In partnership with the SSU, you can have your graduation photos taken by a professional photographer with Lastman Studios. Your sitting will include a minimum of 8 unique poses for which you can view and order online. This includes both traditional grad portraits as well as some fun style shots if desired. All traditional accessories will be provided, including gowns, roses, and caps on the day of your shoot. You can also choose from over 25 different backgrounds. You can even upload your own background. The sitting fee is only $15, and then you can buy your photo packages after you've taken your photos. Dalvin's going to show us how to book your grad photo.
Thank you. All right, so when you go under, I think everything's going to come back to our website. So when you're on the SSU and you pick graduation photos from the drop-down menu, you will, when you scroll down on this page, you'll see an option that says book your sitting. So you just want to click there. It's a direct link to the website. And for school ID, you want to type in 3 letters, SHC. So that would be your school ID. And once you've done that, you'll see a calendar for each month. And what it will tell you is what's shown in blue are the days on which Lasman Studios provides the opportunity to get your graduation photos booked. And it will tell you which ones are open and which days are closed. So if let's say we want to book for November 16th, right? Because we know all appointments are open. You're able to see which times are available. And let's say you want to select the 9:15 a.m. like Precious, who's an early bird. So if you're interested in selecting this one, you want to make sure you have your student ID on hand. So start off by typing in your student number and then create a password for yourself. Make sure you always remember this information because you'll need your password and your email when you are logging back in. So after you get your pictures taken, you're going to be sent a link or just like information about your sitting number. And that's how you view your pictures online, right? And you're able to order afterwards. So you want to make sure you keep your password and email and everything saved. And then type in your first name, last name, phone number, email address. And for your email address, make sure you use Sheridan just to keep the consistency, and it's just much easier to ensure everything's together. And just a reminder that the sitting fee is $15 and you're able to take 9 proofs with it. And then all you need to do is click the submit button. Make sure you don't forget that you've already come so far. And once you do that, your graduation photo has been booked. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to start talking about one of our really, really, really important, or it's one of the services that a lot of students do have questions about. It's our health and dental plan. Thank you. And my partner is just going to tell you a little bit more about the health and dental plan, and then we'll go into where you can find resources and things like that afterwards.
Thanks, Delvine. So all full-time and part-time domestic students are covered by our health and dental plan administered by Student Care. Under the plan, you are covered for health, dental, vision, and travel insurance. Your health insurance covers vaccines, prescription drugs, and healthcare practitioners, including massage, physiotherapy, speech therapy, and more. Your dental insurance covers preventative and basic services such as cleanings and fillings, as well as major restoratives such as root canals and oral surgery. Your vision insurance covers eye exams, contact lenses and eyeglasses, and discounted laser eye surgery. And don't forget your travel insurance, which you will need a travel passport for. We will be providing you a link in the chat just so you can access all these on the website. Oh, you can also find more detailed information at studentcare.ca.
Sorry guys, I forgot to unmute myself. Technology, right? Okay, so in terms of just accessing these services, so many service providers that you will go to, like such as going to a pharmacy or the dentist, many of these service providers will send the bill directly to the insurance company. And you're able to do this by just like using the Pay Direct card, and then whatever is not covered, you kind of pay out of pocket. And then in order for the provider to do this on your behalf, you will want to make sure that you have your Pay Direct card, and the Pay Direct card can be downloaded. So if you download the Student Care mobile app, and once you log on there, you can download your, just like you'll always have access to your Pay Direct card there, or you can, if you go like where Amanda is pointing right now, you can download the app there. And we'll put the link for downloading the app there as well as a link to download or print off your Pay Direct card. So I'm just going to go to the Student Care website right now just to provide, thank you. So when you go on studentcare.ca, they're kind of the health and dental provider. So you want to start off by typing in our school name, so Sheridan College. So right at the top, you'll see that there are different tabs for home, health, dental, vision, travel. So when you click on whichever one that you're interested in, you'll find out information about what is covered under each one, as well as how much is covered and if there are certain things that may have restrictions. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see a drop-down menu for selecting a student care network. So selecting a student care network this is basically when you can maximize your coverage. For instance, so for dental, for preventive services, usually you are covered for 70% for preventive services such as cleanings, right? And that's with the Pay Direct card. But you might wonder, how can I maximize and ensure that I can get, my cleaning covered 100% or 90%? So what you want to do is, when you're clicking on the, select a student care network and you select dental, you base it off of your location. So for instance, you select your school, HMC, and so on. And once you've done that, you'll be provided with the list that you're seeing currently, which is a list of all of the dentist professionals in that area who provide some sort of benefit. So for instance, if we stop at Square One Health Group, it says that they provide 30% off preventive services. So if you take this 30%, if you go to this dentist, they will give you 30% off, or they'll cover 30% of your bill on their end, and you can use your own coverage, your student care coverage, in a dual effort, and then you can get maximum coverage. So that's essentially it in terms of using that. And something else I want to point out is on the right-hand side, you'll see that it says coverage, download center, and about us. So these pages, or just like this section of the website, is consistent on all of the pages. And you can kind of find out more about what it is that you're looking for, always by referring to these areas. So something that I want to point your attention towards is to the download center. So here you'll see that there's an option to download claim forms, your travel passport, and also your Pay Direct card. So Amanda, do you mind showing us what the Pay Direct card looks like if we were to download it? So it will take you to that website, and once you click on it, this right here is your Pay Direct card. You can just print it off, put in your student number and sign it, or there is the other option to download the app, which the app also allows you to kind of make your bookings, it allows you to make these claims right away. So like you can take pictures of your receipts in the case you forgot your Pay Direct card or anything like that, and then you're able to receive a reimbursement. And right there is the mobile app. We will provide a link for, we'll provide a link for the mobile app in just a bit. And how do you get refunded if you paid out of pocket? Okay, really good question, Liz. So essentially what you'll want to do is you want to make a claim. You want to make a claim for any services you were not able to get reimbursed right away. So let's say I go to the pharmacy and I buy a few prescription drugs, right? So once I've done this, I'm going to hold on to my receipts as well as any documentation that the pharmacist provided me with or the doctor provided me with. Hold on to both, and what you want to do is you want to make the claim. You can either download the claim form that you see on the website and take pictures of the claim form, the receipts, and so on, and kind of upload it using your mobile app. So on the mobile app, there's an option to file a claim, and all you do is take pictures of those receipts and claim forms. If in the case that you don't have the mobile app, that's perfectly okay. You can mail your claim forms to the address that is written on the claim form. And once again, the claim forms can be found under the section that says claims. And there's a different form for health, dental, vision. So health and vision are combined, and then there's a separate one for dental. And then the reimbursement, it depends on which option you pick, Liz. So either if you select direct deposit, it will just be sent to you electronically. And so Precious, these are really good questions in terms of adding dependents and so on. We can, if you'd like, you can actually book a Zoom appointment with a CSR such as myself, one-on-one, and we can talk about these things more in depth. Yeah, exactly, Liz. It will be a direct deposit to your account. If you're in, okay, awesome, no problem. If you do have specific questions about this, you can book an appointment with us. And I can show you how to book an appointment right now. So if you go back to our website, thessu.ca, scroll to the top, thank you. And you can go under services, and at all services, when you scroll down, you'll see an option. You'll see an option to book an appointment with a CSR at your campus. So you can book with someone at Davis, HMC, and TRC. So I'm at HMC. So if you're from HMC, you can connect with us, and all you need to do is select the date that you're looking for, and then you can pick a time. And as soon as you do this, you'll be sent your meeting link to connect with us as well. And then we're super excited to kind of, just connect with students and help them as much as we can, because emails are not always ideal. So we're just hoping to build connections. And once you've clicked the time, make sure you click continue. And then once you've clicked continue, you just want to fill in your information, such as first name, last name, your phone number, and lastly, your email, and always use your shared and email. And lastly, at the bottom, thank you. Once we scroll down in terms of speaking with the CSR, you can provide us with information about what you're interested in talking about, just so we have all of the resources already ready when we do meet you. But yeah, that's essentially it. So if you do have more questions, feel free to book an appointment. And then now we're gonna kind of move on to Empower Me, which is a service that's also offered, and it's part of your health and dental insurance. It's through Student Care. So Matt, my partner, is just going to tell you a little bit more about Empower Me in a second.
Perfect, and I will. I just wanted to tell you that we're having a little bit of a problem putting the links into the chat. So we're going to do that right after we stop screen sharing. But in terms of Empower Me, it is a mental health and wellness service that connects students with qualified counselors, consultants, and life coaches for a variety of issues such as anxiety, depression, substance abuse, career counseling, and financial insecurity. Sessions are completely confidential and are currently being held over video conference or by phone. Once our restrictions are lifted, students will be able to meet with a counselor in person.
Thank you. All right, so when we go to Empower Me, it kind of provides you a breakdown of what the service is, how you use it, and where you can access it. So it's available to you 24/7, as mentioned. So essentially, if Amanda, do you want to open up the Empower Me website for a second? I think it's at the bottom. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'll just let you know. So basically, the toll-free number is 1-833-628-5589. And once you call here, you'll be connected with their 24/7 helpline. And that's the easiest way of accessing the service. And if you do have more questions about it, once again, you can connect with us and we can walk you through all of the steps or provide additional services that will be available as well. Thank you. And now we're gonna move over to our Perks program. As students, I think this one might be of interest to you as well. And I'm just gonna get my associate or one of my friends to kind of tell you a little bit more about the Perks program.
So our Perks program is a way for us to partner with businesses in our community to provide special discounts to students. These special deals are located on our website that Dalvina is showing you. They will include what discount is being offered and any special promo codes that you need. And these are going to be advertised through our website, also on our social media.
Thank you. All right, so let's test it out and see how does this, Perks program work. So I'm craving Domino's pizza. So we're gonna click on Domino's and let's see what types of, discounts or coupons Domino's has for us. So essentially regardless of which company or company you pick, it will kind of be the same layout. It'll tell you the company name, what they do, and then it will tell you the type of discount they provide. So Domino's provides Sheridan students with a 50% off of any medium or large pizza. And the promo code that we're gonna use is SC50. And their only terms is that we have to show our OneCard ID and it cannot be combined with any other offers. And keep in mind the deadline. This offer expires on October 30th. So I'm gonna make sure that I go before October 30th to get some Domino's pizza because I love it. And in terms of location, you can go to any Mississauga or Brampton location and you will be able to use this offer. And so this was just an example of pizza, but if you go back a page, you'll be able to see all of the other, you know, amazing things that you have access to, such as electronics or, you know, like something with phones, fitness, if you were interested in joining a gym membership, entertainment, and so much more. So just keep a lookout and see what you're interested in looking at. Thank you. So now we're going to go back to talking a little bit more about booking a virtual appointment with us. We already like showed you how to do it, but what I wanted to talk about was that, Precious, you mentioned questions such as like, can we shed more light on how do we add dependents, right? So when the health and dental plan is really big and there's so many moving parts in it, and it's something that might be better to talk about one-on-one or through email. So one thing that you want to keep in mind is the change of coverage period. So every year there's a policy year, right? So the policy year is from September, like for this year, it was like September of 2020 till August of 2021, right? So that's our full policy year. So you're only able to add dependents, opt out of the health and dental insurance, or, you know, like make changes to your insurance or your coverage during the change of coverage period, right? So, and this change of coverage period is usually at the beginning, so it's till a certain date. And it ended on September 30th, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to add dependents for this policy year. But next year, you can add dependents. Just make sure you're adding them or keeping a lookout for the change of coverage period date. And also, you had another question about what happens if you did already. Okay, that's awesome, Precious. So if you did already, student care will likely email you and connect with you about first they need to confirm if your dependents have been added. Like once you've gotten that confirmation, then you're good to start using that insurance and that coverage. And you haven't received an email yet, we suggest connecting with them, or you can connect with us and we can provide you with their information as well. And then lastly, you also had a question about what happens if I just use another dentist that's not in the network. That's perfectly okay. So for each service, you'll be provided with a certain amount of coverage. Let's say for eye exams, you're covered $75, right? So if you go and get your eye exam done at like your optometrist or mine, we'll both be covered $75. It's perfectly fine. That's how much is covered by the plan. But if we go to an optometrist that's in the network, we'll be covered the $75 through the insurance, plus whatever you know, additional coverage that the practitioner themselves want to provide to us. So that's why we're saying if you're interested in, like, you know, seeing how we can maximize our benefits, it's a good way to go through someone who's at the network. But if you've been with your optometrist for 10 years and you love them and they do everything right, then you can just stick with them, right? It's like, it's personal preference. It comes back to you. So that's kind of it for what we did have planned today. If you have more questions, you can type them in the chat or you can book an appointment with us. And we would be more than happy to work with you to kind of talk about any specific things that you're interested in learning more about. Or if you have questions right now, you can pop them into the chat. And we're also adding in the links for downloading the mobile app, the mobile app, I've used it and I find it to be like super easy and accessible. Like my PayDirect card will just be on my phone all the time and I always have my phone, so I find it really easy. And it's much faster to take pictures of your receipts rather than mailing them out for things such as claims. So I recommend downloading it, but if you're like, I don't want to use technology, that's perfectly okay. You can definitely mail out your claim forms to them as well. And so we're just adding in important links to look out for. And if you have any additional questions, type them into the chat and we can talk about them, because I feel like a lot of us do have so many questions. And if you're like me, who comes up with questions after the session ends, book an appointment with us or send us an email and we'll connect back with you.
You're also welcome to ask the questions out loud if you don't want to type them in, because we have a small group, so that's fine.
Thank you, Amanda. So some upcoming events that we do have while you're thinking about your question is, so we have an Empower Me information session that's coming up. It's going to be on November 11th at 1 p.m. and it's going to be held over Zoom, and you can just sign up. If you scroll down, it will allow you to sign up, and all you need to do is pick however many tickets you're getting, and then it's free. There's no charge for it. And if you want to learn more about it, you can come out, and we would love it if you do join. And make sure you click register. And once you do this, you are going to be required to fill in some like personal basic information such as name, email, and so on. And so that's one of the events. And we were also mentioning that we have an event coming up for legal services. So this one is being held on November 9th, and it's a legal session to meet Bill and kind of talk about criminal law. Any questions you had or things you're curious about, you can definitely come out and ask. And Sandy or Precious or Nevada, do you have any questions for today, or are you okay? Let us know. Or anything you're curious about learning more about, and we can kind of cover it. Okay, definitely, Precious. Yeah, you can definitely book an appointment. I think I like personally talking about it like verbally. I find it's much easier than email and text. So we're super excited that you'll be booking an appointment. I'll look forward to seeing your invite. So this is just like the Q&A part of the session. So if you do have questions, let us know. And if you'd like, if there are no questions, let me know and we can end this early, and I will give you all the gift of time, I guess. No problem. And I'm just gonna, if you'd like, we can put in the link for booking an appointment. If you'd like, if that's just more easily accessible, we can add it into the chat. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it into the chat. And, oh, there we go. Thank you everyone for coming out. We look forward to connecting with you. Our CSRs are super excited to just connect with students and help you also learn more about our services. So thank you for coming out and joining us today. Oh, Nevada, you have a good question. Does SSU help with questions for international students? So Nevada, it depends on what the question is and in terms of what you're asking about. So usually we recommend all questions regarding like any, let's say you have questions about your visa or your study permit and things like that. We recommend connecting with the International Center. So I can provide you with their email address if you'd like, or like their phone number or anything, because they would essentially be the best point of contact if you have specific questions. Oh, thank you. So the email is in the chat. They can also provide information about, like, let's say you're a student and you're going to be doing your co-op and things like that. So there will be some documentation that you do need, and the International Center is going to be your best friend in that case. But we do provide, if you have any other types, if you have questions, like if you let me know what your questions are, I can tell you if we can answer them, or if the best point of contact would be the International Center. If anything, you can book an appointment as well. So right now, Amanda added a link for GuardMe. So this is the health and dental like insurance plan, and it's for international Sheridan students. The domestic Sheridan students are with Student Care, and this one is for international, which is GuardMe. So you can learn about your kind of like about your insurance plan here as well. I contacted them personally. Oh no, okay. So I'm so sorry you had that experience. In this type of situation, do you want to just, Nibeta, what I would recommend is you can kind of send us an email and we can forward your email to the correct individual, or because they may have just been busy, or I'm not sure, but we can forward their email on your behalf or provide it to maybe another department that might be able to help a little bit better. I'm gonna put an email in the chat, and it's askanadvisor@sheridancollege.ca. And if you ever have a question that you're unsure of, you can obviously connect with the SSU, or you can connect with Ask an Advisor. So Ask an Advisor is from Student Success, and they can forward your emails to the correct advisors within the International Center, or you can send it to us and we can also try and do that on your end as well. No problem.
Yes, please feel free to contact the student union, and we can, even though we might not be able to help with your specific question, we can find a person that will give you the best answer. So come and talk to us and we'll be happy to help you.
Okay, so it seems like there are no questions. No problem. Okay, so we're gonna kind of end the session now. Sandy, do you have any last minute questions? Precious, Navetta, or we're good? Okay, no problem. So I'm good. No problem, Sandy. We're so happy you could come out and join us today, super early in the morning, and just kind of learn more. And you can find out more information by connecting with us. So everyone, have yourselves a wonderful day, and don't take too much stress with exams going on. Next week is reading week, so make sure you rest. And thank you so much.